We're always gonna. Do we used to always start with Chazar or no?
Run through it, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if we did or we didn't, but I think we should a little bit because it gives that 90-second buffer. Oh, Rabbi Kogish Jr., nice to see you. Gives that 90-second buffer as everyone gets themselves ready. So let's speak outside where we're holding, and those who are feeling that we know this, let's thrive on that feeling and let's really know it. So as we go further, we'll be able to build upon something. So we have 3 Mekairais for a sukkah being 20 amos tall: Rabbah, Rav Zera, and Rava. Rabbah is L'man Yedu. You have to know you're in a sukkah. More than 20, you don't know you're in a sukkah. Rav Zera is a sukkah has to be litzel. More than 20 amos, it's not. You're not getting the tzel, the shade of the sukkah. And Rava says sukkah teishu shivas yamim. Rabbi Rosenthal Jr. Erev Tov. Sukkah teishu shivas yamim. That you're dwelling in the sukkah, which means you leave your house and you have to go into a temporary dwelling. Rabbi Schuster, welcome back. You go and get to a temporary dwelling, and a temporary dwelling by its nature is under 20 amos, which answers the kasha of Abaya, who says, wait, what if I make my sukkah out of iron? Are you going to tell me it's no good? And we answered that no. Once it's under 20 by its very nature, it is arai. Now, if you go and you make something under 20 out of iron, even though it's the most keva, it's the most permanent thing, but in halachic eyes, it's called arai. And we turned over to Beizim and Beiz, and we explained, why doesn't everyone hold of Rabbah? Because they learned the pasuk, Erev Tov Rav Eli. They learned the pasuk, L'man Yedu. They learned the pasuk that's referring to the story. It's telling us the Klal Yisrael were traveling, and they were in the Anani HaKavod, or they were in huts. Everyone doesn't hold of Rav Zera. Why? Because the pasuk, Rav Elbaum, Chef Elbaum, I'm not sure, Yishladin. They hold of sail, that pasuk is talking about Yemaisa Mashiach. Yemaisa Mashiach. And finally, Kirava, they don't hold of. Why? Because of Abaya's kasha. And now we pick up Kiman Azla Ha Da'amar Rav Yeshaya. We are 8 lines down, Beizim and Beiz. First word on the line is Ha. Kiman Azla Ha Da'amar Rav Yeshaya Marav. Machlaik as B'shein Devana is Magias L'schach. Says Rav Yeshaya in the name of Rav, the machlaik is when the walls do not reach the schach. However, Aval Defanois Magios L'schach. If the walls do indeed reach the schach, then afilu lamala me'aser mama, more than 20 amos, it's going to be keshera. Kiman, whose explanation does this go like that? If the walls reach all the way to the schach, then it is allowed to be more than 20 amos. Explains the Gemara, Kirabah. Pshat number 1. Pshat number 1. Damar. Rabbah says, Misham delay shaltu ba'ina. Rabbah's pshat was that anything above 20, your eye does not see, your eye does not shoyle. Shoyle literally means to rule. Your eye does not see. And therefore, Rav Yeshaya is teaching us, Vikivan de defanois, magiois l'schach, but now that the walls reach the schach, then, yes, mishlat shalta ba'ina, your eye will see it. Why? Why will your eye see it? So this is, so I think Rav Shashi last night made reference to the Hanukkah din of 20 amos, and this is actually one of the, we'll call it heterim, when you're in an apartment building, and you're on the 4th floor, and you want to know where to light, and we're going to tell you to light in the window, but you're going to say, wait, but I'm above 20 amos. So one of the reasons is because it's the fanais magiyos l'schach, meaning your eye travels upward. So Rav Yeshaya is teaching us within the world of Rabbah, Rav Sirli, a treat in person. The Rabbah is teaching, Rav Yeshaya is teaching us that Mishla Shalta Ba'ena, your eye travels up the wall and will see the schach above at 20 amos. That's din number 1 of today. Rav Yossi Erev Tov, hopefully from Crown Heights. Din number 1 of today, and if you're in Havistraw, it's okay too. Din number 1 of today is that Rav Yeshaya is teaching us everyone is maskim. If the walls reach the schach, it can even be above 20. Why? Explanation of Rabbah. Rabbah is what? Yedu dairesechem. You have to know you're in a sukkah. And if the walls reach the schach above 20, your eyes will travel up, and you'll know you're in Eis Sukkah. And we continue about 13 lines down. The first one line is a ba. Kimanos lahada amar Rav Huna amar Rav. Whom does the following go like? Rav Huna amar Rav teaches us machlekes b'she'ein aba ela arba amois al arba amois. It's only if the sukkah is only 4 by 4. Aval, however, yesh ba yoser mi arba amos al arba amois. Says Rabbi, if it's more than 4 by 4, then afilu lamala me'aser ma'amak sheiro. It could even be more than 20 amos. Kiman, who does that go like? Again, Rabba, Rav Zera, or Rava. Says the Gemara, ki Rav Zera. Why? What was the aside of Rav Zera was what? The Amar Mishum Tzelu. Vitzelti, that your sukkah has to be for shade. And therefore, said Rav Zera, above 20 amos, there's no shade. However, v'kivan deravicha, but if it's very wide, then even above 20 amos, ika tzel sukkah, there will indeed be shade. So 2 memras. The first member of Rav Yeshaya is like Rabbah. The second member of Rav Huna Marav is like Rav Zera. And now number 3 for... Correct. Correct.
Mean that it proportionately would go up based on, right? Because that's what we said, mathematically we said, right?
Correct. You want to know...
So like, if let's say
I agree.
It's a bit more than 4 ams, also I don't think more than 4 ams wide.
So you're asking a good question. Those who know physics, I wonder if in the math.
I mean, I can't imagine.
I wonder in the math.
Where the suns are located.
I wonder in the math. I hear. Let me just speak out. Let me just kind of tell everyone what you're asking. Let me just put it into English. I understand you're asking. Rebelli's asking. The Gemara just said if it's bigger than 4 by 4, then the schach could be 22 amos high. 1 second. 4 by 4 is not that big. 4 by 4 is 6 feet by 6 feet. Everyone here sukkah is probably bigger than that. So now do the math. If it's 6 by 6 and your schach is your schach is 36 feet up in the air, how are you going to get the shade of the schach? And I appreciate the question. I don't have a good answer. I do not have a good answer. Anyone who does have a good answer, feel free to share it.
Maybe you'll notice the shade.
Maybe.
As opposed to...
Maybe. It's a chiddush. What you're saying now is a chiddush, though.
Although, just to say, both Rashi and Tosfos specifically said it's not going like Rabbah because it doesn't matter that it's wide 4. It's nothing to do with Shalta Be'ena. It doesn't matter if it's wide.
Correct.
So that
Correct.
doesn't matter if we notice it or not.
No, but what he's saying is, that maybe the shade, even the shade doesn't reach all the way to the ground, maybe there's enough shade, which is a chiddush, that means, because pashtus, the shade needs to come down to you in the sukkah.
To you, but not the ground.
Okay. Again, I appreciate the question. If someone has a good answer, we would appreciate... Should I tell you what I think? I have like a very bad answer. The way that my brain understands the Gemara is that bigger than 4 by 4 doesn't mean 5 by 5. Kivan de Rav Chaba Milsa, the way the Taisus Lashon is... Yeah, it sounds like we're dealing with this massive sukkah. So a massive sukkah, it could be so tall. The problem is, in the Pasha Lashon, it's not so simple. Very good. Number 3. Kaman Azla Hadam Rav Chanan Barab. Memra number 3. Amarav. Machloikas b'she'enoi machzakes ele k'dei roishai v'rubai v'sholchani. Rav Chanan bar Rabba Rav learned the machlekes about 20 amos is only if you have a teeny sukkah, the minimum size sukkah, which is it only holds your roisha, your head, your ruba, your body, and your shulchanai, which is we'll call this 7 tfachim, a very small sukkah. Aval machzekes. Brother, this brings your question a little bit stronger, without explaining that, but you understand what I'm saying. Once it's a little bit more than 7 tfachim, says Rav Chanan bar Rabba, says the Gemara, Kiman deloi kechad. Fits with no one. Why? Because it's still too small. It's too small. It's not going to be shalta be'ena. It's not going to give you avir, and it's still going to be a permanent structure. So says the Gemara, this final memra doesn't fit with anyone. Continues the Gemara. Bishlama de Rav Yeshaya. So now, we have 3 members. Those who are into charts and boxes, this would be nice to map it all out. Again, we have Rav Yeshaya Amarav, we have Rav Huna Amarav, and we have Chanan bar Rabba Amarav. 3 members b'shem Rav. Rav Yeshaya, Rav Huna, and Rav Chanan. Says the Gemara. Bishlam Rav Yeshaya, which was the first one, which said that the walls reach the schach. I understand why he is pligi ad Rav Huna, why he argues on Rav Huna, I understand. And Rav Chanan bar Rabba, why? De'inhu kayavi shi'ura b'mishcha, because they are giving a measurement in the length. V'ihu loy kayahiv shi'ura b'mishcha, and he is not giving a shear in the length. What does that mean? The simple way of explaining what that means is Rav Yeshaya is all-encompassing. He's not limiting the sukkah to a specific measurement. All he's doing is saying the walls have to reach the schach. So it's more encompassing, it includes more. So it makes sense why Rav Yeshaya says what he says. Ella, and we're really out of time, so I'm going to read this, but if we have a good chazara of the three memras, we'll do this again tomorrow and it'll be easier. Ella Rav Huna, Rav Chanan bar Rabba, Nema behechsher sukkah kamiflagi. Are they arguing in the size, the minimum size of a sukkah? That what the Demar Savar Rav Huna holds hechsher sukkah bar ba'amois Omar Savar hechsher sukkah reisha rubai v'shalchanai. And we'll stop over here because this goes on a little bit further. We'll pick it up from here, but again, let's get clear the three memras: the memra of Yeshaya Amarav, Rav Huna bar Rabba Amarav, and Rav Chanan bar Rabba Amarav. If we get that clear, then this next piece of Gemara will be nice and simple.